In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom chatbot in ChatGPT 5. Haven't done this for a while, so we hope that I can do this in one take. So the first thing you need to notice is the GPTs here. There are a lot of ones that have been created, and you may want to take a look at those. But if you want to create your own, you go up to Create here, and it asks you, help you build a new ChatGPT. And what would you like to make? So just as an example, I would like a new GPT focusing on the benefits and challenges of using a high-flex teaching and learning approach for higher education educators. Great. So it says, let's set the foundation. I'll define the first version of your GT behavior, focusing on high-flex teaching and learning, calling update now. Now, about the name, I suggest HighFlex Teaching Guide. I like your name. So now it generates a profile picture. I would suggest just taking its picture. I remember trying to put in a picture and mess around with that, and it didn't quite get to what I wanted. So I'm just going to say yes here, unless it's absolutely revolting. I'm good. So it says here, what should be emphasized or avoided when explains HighFlex to educators? Now, I'm making this up on the fly, but to answer that question, I'd say you need to use evidence-based practice and offer clear explanations with examples if possible. So it's asking here, should it sound more formal and academic or conversational and approachable? Well, I don't think anybody wants formal and academic, so let's do, I'm just going to copy and paste this, put that in here, and we'll go. So it's helping me build this. It's asking me questions. Would you like to also suggest resources like articles, toolkits, frameworks, um, and, or just focus on examples? So it's kind of correcting me. I didn't quite know what to say at first, so I just said focus on concrete examples. But I would like it to actually suggest resources like articles and toolkits and frameworks. So it's asking another question. Would I just like to talk about HighFlex, or could I compare with other teaching models? And I think it's fine to compare with other models as long as it's helping to illuminate HighFlex teaching and learning by comparison. So we'll say yes. So each time it's asking a question and updating. So it's saying, would you like me to make it proactive in offering teaching strategies and tips, or should it wait? And I'm going to say wait. Have the user control this. Now I've paused this, but it's taking quite a bit of time to update at this point, so be prepared for that. And when I say quite a bit of time, I mean like less than a minute. Now here it's saying, would you like to try it out or in the preview, or do you want to refine it a bit more? And I would like to refine it, and I would encourage you to ask it to refine it, to keep asking to make it a really good GPT. So I put, please ask more questions to refine and make it the best possible resource. Here's the next refinement. When someone asks a question, do you want the GPT to keep answers concise or provide fuller, more detailed responses by default? So in this design, I'm going to suggest that it gives short explanations at first, but ask the user if the user wants more detail. And now it's asking, should I also highlight equity and accessibility considerations? Yes. Please highlight these. You see, and now it's asking some really good questions. Would you like to also suggest practical reflection questions that educators can use to think about their own context? And I'm going to say yes. And now it's asking, and I never even thought about this, would you like to make more visually structured responses like bullet points, headings, and tables were useful, or should it be mostly narrative? And I prefer the visually structured responses, I think. And now it says, do you want to occasionally summarize key takeaways at the end of an answer? And I will say yes. And now it said, would you like me to add the ability to occasionally ask the user for clarifying questions to better tailor its answers? So I'm going to say yes to clarifying questions. So then it's asked me if they should ask more questions, and I'm going to say at this point, no. I'm going to let the user control their experience. At this point, the guide is well-rounded, evidence-based. Do you want to try it out? I'm going to say yes, but don't I need to add documents? Because typically I should be adding some documents. So apparently with the new version, I don't have to add documents, but I want to add the research. And so if you want to draw on your own institute documents, course designs, research articles, you can upload them here. And I'm going to ask it to do that. So I didn't need to do that. I could just add it here. And so I am going to add files. So I click the little plus sign and I am going to add quite a few files. I think I'm allowed up to 20. But let me see. Let me see if it'll allow me to do all these files. So it only allows me to do 10 files at a time. So I'm going to do that. Now notice it's taking me a little time to open this up. So be prepared. That's for some reason that's not working so well. So now I'm adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do that. So what I have found here, and I am winging it a little bit, is you have to double click here to get the file open, and it's best to do it one at a time. And so double click instead of trying to do a whole bunch because it was giving me an error. It's like that error there for some reason. It's not allowing me to upload. Not sure why that is, but you get the idea. So it's uploaded these documents. Now the key to actually having a really good chatbot is uploading the correct documents. So you want to make sure that you do research and find the exact documents that you want to upload. So apparently you kind of have to coax these files up. But if I double click and then just click one of these files, it's taking a little while to upload. And then I press the up arrow. It seems to do that. You want to keep adding the critical documents, right? So it used to be that you were limited to 20 documents, but you can actually add dozens of documents without issue. It's a limit of total size, so very large or complex files may slow things down. Best performance, it says 20 to 30 well-chosen documents. Okay? So I'm good with my 12 now for this explanation. We're almost at 9 minutes. So then it asks me if I want to test things, and it says go over to the preview chat, and there it is there, and we can just say it's talking about students, but what challenges might faculty face? And so let's go. So you can't just click on here, which I thought you could. I'm just going to press Control V and see how it works. So it provides a nice answer here, and then it says, would you like to summarize strategies? So you can go back and forth here. I think I will end this at this point. You get the idea of how you create this. So I've said I want to wrap things up, and it said, do you want to create a quick user guide? And it does, and so we're ready to go. What I needed to do now is figure out where it went, because I hit back and I didn't know where it was. So if I click My GPTs, I can click it here. It's only available to me for some odd reason. So it is obvious. One of the things, so if you really want it to be available, you have to click Create. You can create only for me, anyone with a link. So I'm going to click on that and save. And there's the link. If I want, I can just copy it and send it to anyone if I wish. And I just click to view GPT, and there it is. And it's on the side there, and it's ready to go. So if I wanted to share it, I just grab that link and share it. So that's 11 minutes. That's a long video. I hope it was helpful.